Hey, good morning, Bobcat Nation. It's me, Dr. Morales. All right, so we're here for our read aloud with Charlotte's Web, but I just want to have a couple announcements before we get started. So most of you probably already know that our school year has been basically canceled for the rest of the year. So we'll be working at home. So May 5th, which was the date that I was really looking forward to, seems like it's not going to happen. So it really makes me sad. I was really looking forward to kind of seeing everyone again, being in the classroom, seeing the learning, the egg drops, the football with the sixth graders, the recess duty, all the learning, all the families. But you know what? Hopefully through all this, we kind of gain perspective and we value the time that we do have with each other. But we will survive. We have to be resilient during this time. Really come together as our Washington family, as the Bobcat Nation, as Dr. Mouse likes to call it. So I know some of you are probably feeling sad, just looking forward to seeing your friends, and that makes me sad as well. I always look out for our sixth graders who have their field trips planned, their activities, their last year before they go to middle school. So that my heart really goes out to them, our kindergarten class that was going to do their graduation. So hopefully somehow we can kind of figure something out where we can all come together one last time before we, venture off into the next school year. So leave a comment, tell me what you guys are thinking. Yeah, it really does break my heart, and we will survive, and next year will just be that much sweeter in that first day of school. All right, so also today is, I don't know if you've seen our Instagram or our Facebook, is our Autism Awareness Day. So we are supposed to be wearing blue just to show, we support our students with autism, or just, people with autism in general. And it really just kind of bring awareness to autism. So we're supposed to wear blue. I don't have that much blue t-shirts. So I found this one, which is my old Hostler t-shirt. The class of 2016. Shout out to the class of 2016. So in support our sixth graders who are going to go to Hostler next year. So that's it. So, post your pictures of blue, send them to us via Facebook or Instagram, so we can make sure that we post those. Also, and good news, our YouTube channel, we got 53 subscribers, so we made our goal. So I won't be reading with you tomorrow. I think we're gonna have a special surprise guest. I won't tell you who it may or may not be, but I'm sure you'll be pleasantly surprised. So leave a comment on what you think we should do. I did promise you that we would do something kind of fun if we get to 50. I don't know if it's like, putting cold water on Dr. Morales' head, or, just something kind of fun. So you can leave a comment, let me know what some good things would be. And so our next goal is let's see if we can get 100 subscribers. So tell your friends, subscribe to our channel. I do try to update it with, our roly-poly videos, for example. I'm still looking for some native plants videos for kids. I still haven't posted that. I do apologize. I think I may make that a separate playlist. Also, if you look at all the channels, it's a lot of cool, YouTube channels that I think you guys would like, from science experiments, arts and crafts, Bobcat videos, of course. Got to have those Bobcat videos. But just a lot of cool videos I think you guys might enjoy. So go ahead and check it out. We're trying to update it daily. And again, I do apologize, I did not update with the native plants, but I will be looking for that today. It's hard, a lot of them are kind of boring. I know you guys wouldn't be interested. All right, look at my notes. Did I cover everything? End of the year? Yes. Autism Day? Yes. YouTube channel? Yes. All right, so summary, let's get started. So we're only going to read a part of a chapter, Charlotte's Web. And we were on chapter 4, and the title of the chapter is called Loneliness, and it's kind of like a perfect metaphor for what I'm assuming everyone's kind of going through right now. But there is, a surprise positive turn in this chapter, and I won't really tell you what happened, but I'll read it to you. But just to summarize what we read before, Wilbur's getting really kind of restless. He feels very sad. He's in the barn, and he notices a lot of the animals have purpose. The geese is laying their eggs. The goat is doing what the goat does, and he really doesn't have a friend. And so he escapes, and he comes back in, and he just really feels that loneliness. But in this chapter, Wilbur meets a friend. So let's find out. Okay? All right. The last time we read, Wilbur was just laying down on the barn floor. Okay, so he just watched this the rat kind of hide. So now he's just kind of sitting there, and we'll start reading. Wilbur watched him disappear into his tunnel. He's talking about the rat. In a moment, he saw the rat's sharp nose poke out in front of underneath the wooden trough. Cautiously, Templeton pulled himself over the edge of the trough. This was almost more than Wilbur could stand on this dreary, rainy day to see his breakfast being eaten by somebody else. He knew Templeton was getting soaked and out there in the pouring rain, but even that didn't comfort him. Friendless, dejected, and hungry, he threw himself down in the manure and sobbed. Sobbed is just another word for cry, and it actually has a different connotation. When we say sob, it usually is like a very heavy cry. So you wouldn't say, I cried if I didn't get my cake, I don't know, something silly like that, right? But if you say you sobbed, it would have a different connotation. So you would say, we might have sobbed when we found out that we're not coming back on May 5th, right? It's just a different connotation, right? It's the cry is like, I cry. Sob is like your heart is like in it, okay? Late that afternoon, Lurvy went into Mr. Zuckerman. I think there's something wrong with that pig of yours. He hasn't touched his food. Give him 2 spoonfuls of sulfur and a little molasses, said Mr. Zuckerman. Molasses is like something that's really sweet. It's almost like a syrup. Wilbur couldn't believe what was happening to him when Lurvy caught him and forced the medicine down his throat. This was certainly the worst day of his life. He didn't know whether he could endure the awful loneliness anymore. Darkness settled over everything. Soon there were only shadows and the noises of the sheep chewing their cuds, and occasionally the rattle of a cow chain up overhead. You can imagine Wilbur's surprise when, out of the darkness, came a small voice he had never heard before. It sounded rather thin, but pleasant. Do you want a friend, Wilbur? It said. I'll be a friend to you. I watched you all day, and I like you. But I can't see you, said Wilbur, jumping to his feet. Where are you? And who are you? I'm right up here, said the voice. Go to sleep. You'll see me in the morning. And that's it. So, Wilbur has met his friend, right? And not obviously, but it's gonna be Charlotte, the spider. So we'll get started we'll start the next chapter. So this becomes an interesting part of the book, right? So now this was like part 1, and now we're gonna get into part 2, where there's a new character being introduced, Charlotte, right? The spider. And so now it's gonna change the story, right? So sometimes when you look at stories or you look at chapter books, it's always broken up into 3 major parts, right? We're talking about setting, climax, rising, salute. So we're going to be talking about those type of elements next week. So again, I won't be with you tomorrow. I was looking forward to it, but I'm actually going to be at Washington distributing packets for those families who need them. But we do have a special guest speaker. I know I already gave it a bad hint. It's a woman. But I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. She'll probably do an amazing job like always. All right, but you know what? Let's go take a look at our native plant garden and see what kind of animals we can find.
I don't have shoes on.
My daughter doesn't have shoes on. And the reason why that's an issue is because our grass has little flowers on it. And sometimes bees are pollinating the flowers, and she steps on it. But let's see. Let's just be quick. Look at those butterflies. There's butterflies frolicking. Remember that word? All right. So I'll let my daughter just kind of zoom in. And if you look this way, there's a lot of bees at work. Oh, there's butterflies everywhere. All right. You ready? All right, guys. So we miss you, but we got to stay strong during these times. With that being said, I will see you on Tuesday when we start meeting with Wilbur meets Charlotte.
we care about you. We love you. Stay safe out there, and just understand that all things will pass, this being included. And I will talk to you soon. Bye, Bobcat Nation.